Well, hello there, and in this video we will be doing a blind GeoGuessr tournament, and we have Peter, Dustin, Cookie, and Ankou, and all these legends have a YouTube channel, so feel free to check them out down below. And if you don't know what blind GeoGuessr is, it involves one person can see the screen and describes, whereas the other person or other people cannot see the screen but have to guess without seeing the round. Let's jump straight into this. Okay, so the first thing I see is we have vehicles driving on the left hand side. In terms of the vegetation and environment in general, it is quite a cool environment, and most of the trees appear to be more like conifers rather than broadleaf. We've also got a street sign, and it's like a gate on Minecraft or something like that, and it's like more like a dark wooden brown, and then in the middle of that you have a blue background that says Lawson Burrows Crez. In terms of the houses seem to be like mostly like one colour, either white, cream. I think there is some that are blue or red. The material, it's hard to say. Some of them are more out of planks, and some of them appear to be more painted over, whether that's been painted over in brick or it's just chalk. I can't really tell. We've got plenty of hills in the distance, but the actual place we are at is very flat. So it's a very flat area, but it's more towards the mountain kind of hill, really. It's not like a small hill, it's like a proper big hill or a small mountain. Other than that, we got plates. The plates are quite short. They're not thin either, so it's more of like a short, thicker rectangle. And in terms of the colour, all I can see is white, really. And other than that, that is all. So best of luck, and yeah. So,
Okay.
Peter, where have you gone? What countries have you gone?
I went with New Zealand. I thought driving on the left side with those shorter plates and hills in the distance, I thought that was a likely option.
What about you, Dustin? Where have you gone?
I've gone for New Zealand as well, with the same description. Driving left, short plates, hills at a distance. As like it makes sense, so why not?
And Ankou, where did you go?
I went Peru because I missed out the part where you say he's driving on the left. I just hear the second half of the cruise.
I forgot New Zealand existed. I feel like New Zealand definitely makes a lot of sense now. I'm with Ireland.
That's not a bad shout as well. Like with the hills, the
I was
houses.
considering Ireland as well, yeah.
But yep, I will guess, and you will find out shortly. But the street sign is quite a unique. I'm pretty sure you only get this in Te Anau. So let's see where everyone's gone. So we had two in. So both people who went New Zealand actually got the South Island correct as well, which was
Let's
very
go.
cool to see. Move on from that. We can get ready for the second round. Rightio. Second round has started. Okay, so firstly, we are driving on the right-hand side. We're like on a main road, and it's like we're on at least a four-way junction. We've got a green, it's not like a street sign, it's like on top of like the traffic light pole, and it says Kalihai, and then space ST. And I'm pretty sure we have a sign that says 25 at the bottom. I can't see what it actually says, but it's like two separate lines of text. We've also got a green sign further left of that, which says east of. The first word says east, but the bottom word I can't read. But on the left of that, we've got like a blue shield with like a red like cap on the top. The plates are short again. There seems to be more than one colour going on, but I can't describe that colour on the plates. In terms of the road lines, most of it's white, including the outer lines and the middle lines. But in terms of the hills, we've got further in the distance, and we've also got what appears to be some kind of like palm-like trees, some tropical trees in the distance. And the houses, they've almost got like, some of them got almost like greenish roofs, mostly two-story or bungalows. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can use. We've also got some yellow diamond signs in the distance. I think that's enough information. So wish you all the best of luck. Rightio, I think everybody has guessed now. Let's start off with Cookie. Which country have you gone?
I went Ecuador. Yeah.
Any reason why you went Ecuador?
Like the plates and then the red and blue like shield signs you mentioned. Like in terms of South America, you'll probably only see them in Ecuador. And then like the salt places, the diamond sign shapes are like mostly North America, South America, and like Asia kind of thing. So I thought that like Ecuador only makes sense.
Ankou, which country have you gone?
I went to US because firstly it's drive on the right. Secondly is the word that you said on the green sign on top of the traffic light that kind of gave me the idea that it was between Canada or the US. Because at the end you say it ends with ST, so I take it as a street. If that's English, that is between US Canada. And after that, it was just I just guessed between the two.
Peter, which country have you gone?
I went the US, yeah, as well, because we had some English, we had what sounded like the US highway signs, and the green street signs, so yeah, I went with the US there.
Rightio. And Dustin, where have you gone as well?
Too, since, English, we had some palm action going on. And yeah, the speed limit 25, it sounded like it, so I was pretty convinced after that.
Was there anywhere specific where you guys went in the US?
I was debating between east and west coast, because they both can be hilly and with palm trees, so...
I might as well share my screen. And yeah, this is what the round was. And we're going to find out whereabouts in the wherever it's going to be. And it was Hawaii.
Wow.
I should have thought about it.
Yeah, but I like
that's tricky.
Yeah, it was a brutal round, to be fair. Like the two clues I tried to use was the hills and the tropical trees. Like you say, it can be easily on the east or west coast.
Yeah.
That was a tough round, but I mean, Cookie is kind of saved for the points, I guess. But yeah, that was one of the tricky rounds for sure. Rightio. So the first thing I see is that we have a vehicle ahead that has a yellow number plate, and this yellow number plate is on the back of the vehicle, and it's short but thick, so it's like a thick short plate. We also have this pole, and it's more of like a cuboid shape rather than being like a cylinder. If I describe the pole, we have dots towards the top, but we don't have them lower down to the bottom. In terms of the environment, we've got a lot of palm trees or tropical trees. In terms of like the architecture, I can't really see the houses very well, but the actual fence is like lots of like wooden sticks just clumped together, and it surrounds the houses. We've also got some use of like metal on another fence to our right, and in terms of the road, it's mostly paved. We've got some evidence of like an orangish soil, but yeah, it's a pretty warm environment. There's nothing I can use for driving side. And is there anything else I can use? I mean, I guess it's very green. I think that's pretty much it for this round, so I wish you the best of luck. Rightio, I think everybody has guessed. Let's start off with Ankou this time. Ankou, which country have you gone?
I've got Colombia. It's based on the first clue, which is the yellow plates, and it's in tropic. So I was actually 50-50 between Thailand and Colombia. When I really think about it, I think it's more probably to be Colombia, because I don't remember anyone in Thailand uses wood to fence themselves.
Rightio. Dustin, which country have you gone?
I have gone for Sri Lanka, my friend. Because of the yellow plates and the pole you described, I think that pretty much has to be Sri Lanka. Plus the red soil, the orangish soil, and the wooden fences. I think everything adds up.
Peter, where'd you go?
I also went with Sri Lanka, also because of the yellow plates, the poles that were described, which I was thinking maybe Thailand, but the dots not going to the bottom made me go with Sri Lanka there.
And Cookie, where did you go?
about the front plate. I know that Sri Lanka has yellow plague plate, so hopefully I got it right this time.
You should be able to see now, and let's find out where this is. And it was Sri Lanka. But it was very far north Sri Lanka, right on the coastline. But yeah, good stuff. You knew quite a few clues there, which was really impressive. I think it was you, Justin. We did a 1v1 duel, and it was the Sri Lanka round
Yeah, that was
got
me,
you.
yeah. Yeah,
But
I
not
haven't
this
forgotten
time.
that one till now, yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. So first of all, it appears that we are driving on the right-hand side based on a vehicle coming towards us. We see a few people, and the skin tone seems to be much darker. In terms of the road lines, we've got white shoulder lines, and then in the middle, we've got yellow dashes, and they're quite spaced out. The terrain and environment, it seems quite dry, but also semi-tropical, I would say, but not that tropical really. It's quite open. It appears to be fairly flat. We've got a lot of I can't see the building, but we've got like a random cluster of stone walls on the other side of the road from us. So maybe that house is getting built. But in terms of the vegetation, to be honest, it's mostly broadleaf, and there are a lot of trees that tend to be quite rounded rather than just tall. But we do have a good mix here, and we have got some palm-like trees as well. The soil seems to be quite pale, and it's fairly green. Like the grass is quite green. But yeah, other than that, I can't really add much else really. That's all there is. So I wish you all the best of luck. Rightio. So everybody has guessed, and let's start off with Peter. Which country have you gone, Peter?
Oh, I wasn't sure about this one at all. I was between like Latin America or Africa. I decided to go with Mexico here, cause of the road lines and kind of dry-ish with some tropical signs. So decided to go Mexico.
Cookie, which country have you gone?
This was a hard one. I ended up being between like Mexico or Colombia, and I ended up just 50-50 in it and going Colombia.
And Ankou, which country have you gone?
I went Cambodia. This is a hard round. I have no idea any countries. I was actually not 50-50, but 30-30-30 between Cambodia, Brazil, and Colombia. But the more I listen, I feel like it's probably going to be Cambodia.
And Dustin, which country have you gone?
Yeah, I think I messed up the road lines and I ended up going for Ghana, but yeah, I was definitely considering Colombia and Cambodia as well.
Well, we're going to find out, but it is on the Africa continent, and it actually was Kenya.
Wait, didn't you say we were driving on the right?
You did say
Yeah.
we're driving on the right side,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
on the
didn't
right.
go
Oh
Kenya.
no.
Yeah. But you said we were driving on the right.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Or is it just me, or did you say yellow in the middle?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
yellow dashes. Yeah.
I was thinking Kenya at first, but then I realized they drive on the left.
I can't believe I've done that. Well, it makes it interesting, I guess. But yeah, I think if I said left, that probably would have definitely narrowed it down. So that is my own fault. The host is to blame. But it is what it is. We've just got to keep on going. But that was a harder round for sure. But yeah, Kenya tends to get forgotten about. I mean, it definitely gets forgotten if you don't see the right side. But yeah, I think we can move on to the next round, and hopefully this time I'm able to determine what side they're driving on. This time we've got a car in the distance, and I am pretty sure this time it is driving on the left. We have also got a good range of vegetation. We've got a good mixture of conifers, and we've got a few broadleaf as well. Another thing that I can see is we've got some interesting vegetation or ground vegetation on the side of the roads, and it's like we've got these big massive leaves that look like cabbages, and we also have like these poles where you have this arrow with this candy-like colour, so it's like a red, white, red, white, red, white, and that's pointing straight down to the road. It's quite high up. We've it appears that it looks like we're going to drive under it in a few frames. Other than that, I can't really add much else. It's a very rural round, or rural round, because I cannot pronounce the word. And yeah, so I wish you all the best of luck. Rightio, so everybody has guessed. So we're going to start off with Ankou. You took the longest, and where did you think this was?
I went New Zealand. To be honest, I have no idea where this is because I don't know the vegetation of each country, so not much help, I guess.
Okay. Peter, where have you gone?
I went with Japan, in particular Hokkaido, because of the cabbages you mentioned and the overhead arrow.
Dustin and Cookie, where did you guys go?
I went for Hokkaido as well because of the same hints, the cabbage and the arrow. Also, yeah, driving left, so that was a good hint as well.
I went Hokkaido as well. Even though I wasn't sure if I wanted to go Hokkaido, because like I know the areas you mentioned are normally known for being in Hokkaido, but I have seen them outside of the island of Hokkaido, so that's why I was like debating where to go. But I just went Hokkaido.
I'm going to share the screen so you guys would see what I was describing, and thankfully I got the driving side correct. Imagine if I said right that time, that would be something else. So this is the unique cabbage we get mostly in Hokkaido, and we also get this on that island of Russia, don't we guys, as well, or something similar. So let's guess, and I guess we might find the winner at the end of this round, because it's round 5, so let's see. And nice stuff, lads. And it was Hokkaido, so well done. And I guess we're going to find out the results now of the first game. Let's see what happens and find out the winner. Well, it's not me. Oh, look how close that is.
Wow.
Talk about fine margins, crikey.
Wow.
So
well, that is amazing.
Well played.
No.
Dustin.
Well, read.
So, yeah, 4 points. And well done, Peter, for winning the first game. But that
Thank
is
you.
as close as you can get. And unlucky, Dustin, for just missing out. Yeah, that's the end of the first game. How did you guys find that, actually?
That was really nice, yeah. Some easier and some quite difficult.
For sure.
It was definitely a good balance, I would say. Like with the hard logs and with the easy ones. So yeah, pretty good, I would say.
Brilliant.
I
Yeah.
just have one question. Does calle not mean road in like Spanish or something?
What means road, sorry?
Calle? Calle?
Kale, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought on the Hawaii round you said calle, so I was like, that should be somewhere that's Spanish. That's why I went Colombia.
That's my unique accent kicking in.
Yeah,
Saying
but I
something when
heard
it
that-
sounds like something else.
Yeah, so I was like, wait, how is it gonna be the US?
But yeah, GG's everyone, and we can move on to the second map. We might as well. So I'll unshare my screen, and yeah, let's see if we see Peter win it again, or will Dustin get his revenge. This is quite a hard one to describe, but I'll try my best. I'll start off with the road lines. They're all white. It's quite open. It's not like we're in like a very well civilized or urban area. It's quite rural. In the distance, it's quite hilly, stroke mountainous. We've also got vehicles, and I am pretty sure they are driving on the right. In the distance, on one of the signs, it seems like we've got like this, it's like a bright yellow outline that's surrounding this sign. I think it appears blue, and there's a hint of white on that sign. So it's like a square blue sign with a hint of white in the middle with blue, and there's like a thick yellow outline that's very bright. And in terms of the signposts, I do not see any black tips on the bottom of them. We've got electric poles, and it appears that we've got like, they're made out of wood, the utility poles, and all of them I see have evidence of like this concrete thing connected to the side of it. And the vegetation is mostly, if not all, conifers, but we do have some rounded vegetation which could be broadleaf. It seems to be some roadworks on the actual path, so a lot of that's been dug out, but it's like a typical brown, not like super bright, not super dark, just a typical brown. We've got some sort of language, but unfortunately I can't really describe it that well. Yeah. The only thing I could say is the characters. There's only a handful of characters that seem to be like in the A to Z alphabet, so like A, B. I mean, there's quite a few actually, but there's other characters there that it's definitely not that. But it's quite a woodland area as well. So in the distance, where towards the hills, there's a lot more woodland vegetation. Based on how dark the actual leaves are, they're most likely going to be conifers as well. And other than that, we've got open fields as well as that. So it's quite a lovely place actually. I can't really describe much else. It's very hard to describe, but I hope you got some of that. And everyone's guessed. And let's start off with Cookie actually. Which country have you gone?
That's a good question. I went Ukraine.
Peter, which country have you gone?
Ooh, I was debating between like Baltics or Ukraine. I decided to go with Latvia because of the signs sounded like they might be the poles, also wooden poles with a concrete bottom. I was confused by the language comment you said. I wasn't sure if you meant that the language has Cyrillic or maybe just non-English letters, but I still decided to go with Latvia there.
Ankou, which country have you gone?
I went Russia. It was a language that kind of helped because it was ABC, but some isn't. So I was thinking it was either Cyrillic or like what Peter said, it wasn't English. Like there are two dots on the A or something like that. And then you say there's mountains. So I was thinking it's probably Russia.
Rightio. And Dustin, which country have you gone?
Yeah, so with the yellow border, as you mentioned, I figured it would be like Russia, Ukraine, Baltics, something like that. And then the language comment, just like Ankou mentioned, I was pretty sure it was going to be Russia or Ukraine with Cyrillic. And yeah, I've ended up going Russia as well.
Rightio. I'm going to share my screen, but yeah, I can't mention Cyrillic. It's one of the rules. But yeah, the one thing that I found interesting was the concrete poles here. I don't usually see that often. And also, no black tips. People would say, oh, it's probably Ukraine over Russia then. But you do get poles that don't have black tips in Russia. So it was Russia. And it was right near Irkutsk. Grab that yellow outline on the pedestrian sign. So when I said blue with a hint of white in the middle, I was describing the pedestrian sign from a distance because I can't confirm it was a pedestrian sign, just the colours I could use. And that yellow outline is that you get that commonly in Ukraine and Russia, I recall. Do you get often in Latvia as well?
You get it in Baltics as well sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Baltics and even Poland for that matter.
But yeah, Dustin is in the lead. And yeah, so not a nice round for points, but not bad vibes that round either. So good stuff, lads. And let's move on to the second round without sharing my screen. So the first thing that stands out to me is we're on a bridge, and on the side of us we've got like some metal rails to obviously stop you falling off the bridge. But you've also got, I don't know if they're attached. They might be attached, but underneath we've got like these black and white zebra planks connected to the bottom. Driving on the right, it's quite a mountainous area again. We've got mostly what appears to be conifers, and it seems to be very sandy, and the soil seems to be quite, not pale, but not dark either. It's more towards the pale side, but it's very loose sediment, I would say. But we've got big hills in the distance, and it seems to be covered in all conifers, or if not most, based on how dark the actual leaves are. We've got houses, and they appear to be made more out of like wood planks, I would say, and they've got like a hint of like teal or green roofs, and there's also one that has like a strong blue roof as well. They appear to be all bungalows too, so they're not double story or anything like that. We've got quite a few transport around. We've got a few trucks moving about. One of them is just going to go over the bridge. We see a back of a sign that we can see the back of it. There's nothing distinctive I can see, but that's a diamond shape. But if we were turning right on this, it looks like we've got some weird roundabout going on. I don't know what's going on there. But we've also got like this triangle sign, or potentially a yield sign, that has the red outline and then a mostly white upside down triangle. And so we've got some utility poles, like mentioned before, mostly made out of wood. I don't see anything attached to them on this one. But yeah, we've also got a river going under the bridge. It seems like a fairly sized river. And there's also a house in distance that looks like it's been abandoned, very well worn out and out of the way. Actually, the main colour of the houses, so if you exclude the actual roofs, there's 3 of them that are yellow, or like a not the nicest of yellows, I would say. If I was into architecture, I would not be settling in one of those houses. But we've also got another house that is just mostly white with the blue roof, and then obviously the abandoned. It might be a factory, actually, a small factory of some sort. But other than that, that's it. And I wish you the best of luck. Everyone's guessed, Peter. Which country have you gone?
Oh gosh, this was a really tricky one. I was considering maybe Russia, but I was thinking you probably wouldn't include 2 Russias in the same map, I thought. So I decided not to go Russia. I decided to go Romania because I was thinking maybe somewhere in that area. So I went there.
I went the same place as before, Ukraine, because I was thinking Russia as well, but then you mentioned like the black and white, like, I don't know, guardrails or whatever they're called, and I feel like I've only seen that in mostly like Russia and Ukraine, so I didn't think you would pick Russia twice, so I went Ukraine.
Ankou, which country have you gone?
Kyrgyzstan. I don't know. It's something like Russia, but as what Peter said, you probably won't get 2 Russian house in a row. So, yeah, I feel like Kyrgyzstan is something similar. So went there.
And Dustin, which country have you gone?
I actually did go Russia, and since you mentioned the pale sand, I did go for Surgur as well. So yeah, let's see.
So I'm going to share my screen now, and this is the round we had.
Oh.
And funnily enough, I made you all bluff, or most of you bluff, and it was actually Russia again.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But yeah, by the way, I made these maps beforehand, but it was random, so I didn't expect it to be 2 in a row. I thought it was going to be like, we get 1-1, and then maybe 1 at the end. Not 2 in a row. I maybe could have said there was like a more of a haze, because that kind of like, but yeah, double Russia.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
At least one of you didn't fall for it. Rightio. The first thing I would say is we've got all white road lines. So we've got the shoulder lines. So 1 line on the right, 1 line on the left. It looks like we've got some kind of vehicle moving away from us on the same side of the road as we are. So we should be on the right hand side. It appears to be very arid, very dry, very warm. And if I had to describe like the geology, I would say the actual soil or just the rocks in general that we see is more towards the volcanic type, or is volcanic rock. Dead general vegetation, there's no trees whatsoever. We've got some hints of like shrub or some kind of like vegetation that could be like a pioneer species, so like maybe like lichen or maybe something like that. But we've got some hints of grass on the edges of the road. We've got electric pylons as well in the distance. We've got wooden utility poles, nothing really to describe other than that. We've also got a road sign that says, well, it's a circular road sign which has 90 in the middle. Where it says 90 is white, so there's a white circle surrounding the 90, and then we've got like a thick red outline surrounding the white circle with the 90 in it. In terms of like how hilly it is, it's quite mountainous. There seems to be no vegetation whatsoever on the top of the mountain stroke hills. What else is there? In terms of the soil colour, it's a mixture of like more of like an orange to actually a really dark brown or black. But yeah, other than that, I can't really describe much else. So I wish you all the best of luck. And yeah, let's see what happens. Rightio. So everybody has made a guess. Let's start off with Ankou. Which country have you gone?
I've gone to the Philippines, driving on the right with volcanic, what you call, rocks or something. I actually want to like not trust you for the side of driving, but later you say it's volcanic, so yeah, I cannot believe it's Philippines. The white lines, everything, it just feel Philippines.
Okie dokie. Cookie, which country have you gone?
I went, yeah, I actually don't know what it's called. I guess it's called Spain, but like some islands, like Canarias, I think they go.
Okay, what made you go there?
Yeah, volcanic, and I think the red border on the sign when it's very thick is like a Spain thing. I could be wrong, but
Okay, Dustin, where have you gone?
Yeah, I've gone for the Canary Islands as well because of mainly the red sign, like the 90 sign, and it being volcanic, dry, full white lines, mountainous. I thought everything makes sense. So yeah.
And Peter, where have you gone?
I also went for Canary Islands for the same reasons.
Well, I guess I'm going to share my screen and you guys are going to find out. But here is the round. And some would say it looks a bit like Mars. And it was the Canary Islands, and very well done. Thought you guys got it. That is really good stuff. So what was the main thing that made you go the Canaries there?
Just because it's volcanic and the thick border on the sign helped as well to kind of confirm the suspicions.
I'd also, yeah, I mean, I didn't describe it being looking like Mars on the description, but when it feels like Mars, there's a good chance you're on one of these two islands. So either on that Lanzarote, which it was, or the one Peter and Dustin went on. It tends to look a lot less like Mars the further west you go on the other islands. But very impressive, guys. Good stuff. And unlucky Ankou, you went somewhere that was volcanic. It was just that European hint of the road sign that was the separation, I feel, as well. But that is round 3. And are you ready for round 4?
Ready?
Nice one.
Yes.
So let's start round number 4. And I don't know what's happened here. We may have an issue. For some reason, it's shown me the exact same round.
Oh no.
So maybe a location I picked has been deleted or something.
5K for us. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, might as well go Canaries.
Yeah.
Let's just move on. Yeah, I wonder why you went Canaries. Yeah, it was a Colombia round, so I tried to get around where it looked like a Brazil. It was very green for Colombia. The bait was that there was no hints of a Colombian cross, so I was trying to lure you somewhere else, which is really unfortunate. So I don't know what happened there, but accidents happen. Sometimes the GeoGuessr game has a mind of its own, so we can move on. I guess this is the final round, and yeah, best of luck everyone, and we'll jump straight into it right now. I swear to God, please don't be double repeat. Okay, we're good. Whew. Okay, I'll start describing now. We've got a building off the side of the road, and it seems to be mostly made out of wooden planks. And the actual colour of the house is like a strong red. We've also got a roof. It's more of like a silver stroke whitish roof, and it is a bungalow, so it's only one floor. We've also got a bollard, and the bollard has like a zebra pattern, so it's black on the top, white in the middle, and black on the bottom. And we have like a grey reflector on the top of the bollard, which is the black part. So it's a zebra bollard with the black, white, black. We've also got signs of fences, which is leading to an open field. It seems to be quite fairly hilly. And we've also got a coastline to the other side of us. Obviously, I can't use compass directions, so I can't tell you where the coast is, but we are very close to the coastline. It's fairly visible. But in terms of the environment, I don't see any trees. It's mostly just grass and a few shrubs. Along with that, the grass seems to be not really that tall. It seems to be quite well either mowed or being used by, I don't know, sheep, cows or whatever. It seems to be not tall grass. Other than that, I mean, we've got a couple housing distance, but they're more of a white house, but I can't describe the actual material used. But they've got almost like a greyish black roof and I don't know if that's a red or an orange roof. But there is a vehicle, but unfortunately I don't want to muddle up the driving side again, so I'm not going to bother. And yeah, other than that, that is it. So I wish you all the best of luck. Rightio. So everyone has guessed. I don't think I mentioned the road lines, did I? But they're all white anyway with dashes in the middle, but I forgot about that, I think. But Ankou, let's start off with you. Which country have you gone?
Indonesia. I don't know. The black bollards I remember is in Indonesia, so I just went there.
Okay. Dustin, which country have you gone?
I've gone for the UK because the ball art just didn't make sense to me and I just could not think of an alternative. Yeah, basically. Just could not think of a good option there.
Peter, which country have you gone?
Oh, I was very confused on this one. I was thinking somewhere in Europe. I went with Norway, but now that Dustin says UK, that sounds like a more likely option, probably.
And Cookie, where have you gone?
I have also gone UK, because that zebra pole you described, I was thinking about a zebra pole I've seen in like Western Australia, but I was like, it's not Australia, and then the only place I could picture myself being in Europe would be the UK. They're called like, not the Falklands? No, that's not the name. Like, you know, the islands north of like, you know, Scotland. It says Orkney actually here.
Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen. There you go. So I didn't want to risk the vehicle. I'm not doing the same mistake again. So I avoided that risk. I don't think it made too much difference anyway in this scenario, but we're going to find out whereabouts this is going to be. And because Cookie said he went on these islands, let's just go on one of the islands. And it was one of those islands, and it was indeed Shetland. So very good stuff, Cookie. You got the vibe of it being one of the islands. I mean, now it is the end. I know one round. I mean, I think everyone got 14 points, so it does have an impact. But we're going to find out the winner for the second lap. So is it going to be Peter again, or is somebody else going to take the victory on this one? And we're going to find out in 3, 2, 1. And it was Dustin. Dustin got the win.
Ooh, well done.
Yo, GG's.
Yeah, nice stuff. I think it was the Russia rounds actually that made a difference. I wonder.
I didn't even get points on the Russia one. I got like 154 on the circuit one and maybe 1,000 on the first one. Yeah.
I'm trying to think which one it would have been from, because you had Cookie and Peter were closely on the Shetland round. Oh, I mean, Cookie went on a different island in the Canaries, I remember. And then the other two are the Russia round, so maybe it just had maybe that 1,000
maybe
one.
just a combination of those two. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, very tight actually. Towards the top, like still within 1,000 points really from Peter. So yeah, GG's indeed. Like you all did pretty well. Some very tough ones there, and there's quite a few bluffing and weighing up whether will the host do this? Will they do Russia twice? Nah. But yeah, I think that comes to an end, and thank you all for joining in, making this possible.
Yeah, thank you for organizing.
Thanks for having us on, man. This was fun. This was definitely fun.
Brilliant stuff. And that is all. So thank you all for watching, and also a big massive thanks to Peter, Dustin, Cookie and Ankou for making this all possible. And definitely check out the channels. I'll link them down below. And yeah, show your support to them. And I will see you in the next video. Yeah, of course.